Hi everyone, my name is Brandon, and today I'm going to take you through a quick tutorial on how to web scrape a stock market page. So we're going to start off with this main.py file. That's going to be our main file where we run our code. We'll start off by importing a library called requests. This is going to allow us to make a request to a server and get a response from the stock market page. And then we're going to say from BS4 import beautiful soup. Yes. And this is a tool that's going to allow us to parse the HTML code on the stock market page. And then for performance testing, we'll import time. So for reference, the stock market page that we're going to be looking at today is this one at centralcharts.com. And as you can see, we have a table down here with financial instrument, company name, prices, percent change, where it opened, the high, the low, etc. So if we go back to the code, we'll start off with declaring, whenever we start with the time, we're going to start off with declaring the time whenever we start the code. Start time is equal to time.time. Whenever we run the code, it'll mark whatever time we started. Now we're going to create an empty list where we're going to store all the pages on this website, at least the ones that we're interested in. So we have this table of stocks here, and you can see there's multiple pages if you scroll down to the bottom. So we click on this one. Here's another list of stocks, and it's in alphabetical order. And you'll see that it keeps going. And if you look up at this URL, centralcharts.com, and then there's some other information within the URL here. But then at the end is this p equals 2. This p equals 2 talks about, or it tells you what page you're actually on. So because we're on the second page, it says query page equals 2. So if I change this URL to p equals 5 and hit enter, it'll take me to the 5th page of the stock market summary. So what we want to do is take all these URLs, put them in a list that we're going to call pages, and then we're going to tell our program, okay, go through each URL in this list, request the information from the server, telling it for that URL, we want to request the information from the server, and then from there we can parse the information. So starting off with this empty pages list, we're going to say for page number in range. And for our example, let's just say we're only interested in pages 1 through 4. We'll say URL start is equal to this string here. Zoom out a little bit so that you can see that. URL end is going to be equal to this string here. I'm just getting this from the URL that we were just looking at. And then I'll say URL is going to be equal to URL start plus URL end plus, and then we convert this page number that we're that's in the for loop into a string, so that we'll just add this, pop this on to this end of this URL end string. So once we have this URL, we're going to say pages dot append URL. So for each page number going 1 through 4, we're going to take the beginning of the URL, the end of the URL, and that page number. We're going to create the URL, and then we're going to add it to this empty list up here. Okay. Now from there, what we want to do is, so we'll have this list of URLs, and what we're going to want to do is request from the server. We're going to want to say, hey, I want the information from this URL, and we'll get a response from that URL. So we're going to use the requests library that we already imported before. But to store the response, we're going to first create an empty list. So let's say values underscore list is equal to empty list. Now we're going to say for page in pages. So for each page that's in the pages list that we've already created, let's say web page is equal to requests dot page. And now to set up the beautiful soup HTML parser, we're going to say soup equals bs webpage.text html.parser. This is just us saying, hey, get the response request, and then we're going to, we want the text from the URL page that we just received. So let's go back to our stock market page. So if you click on the table and hit inspect, right click on the table, hit inspect. Let's move this over a little bit so that you can see it. You'll see that the table is called, the table has a class called tab mini space tab quotes. So we're going to actually reference this class name so that we can extract the table information. So we're going to say stock table is equal to soup.find, find the table, the class is named tab mini tab quotes. All right. So now we're going to cycle through that table and try to find all the rows within the table. So to do that, we're going to say tr underscore tag underscore list, tr tag list. We're going to make a list of all the rows. Table, find all tags labeled tr. All right. And now within each row, we want to find the TD tags, the table data tags, so that we can actually pull the individual pieces of information out of the table. So if we look back at our table, we have table, we have each row, and within a row, each table cell is defined by this TD tag. So we're actually going to find, our program is going to find the TD tag and then extract the information from it. So to do that, we're going to say for each tr tag in the tr tag list, let's go one to the end. I'm going to say td underscore tag list is equal to each tr tag and all td. So we're making this TD tag list where each tr tag, we want within each tr tag, we want to find the td tags. Now let's create another empty list to store the td, the labels for each td tag. So we're going to say for each td tag list. Let's just get the first. Let's just get the first 7. If you look back at the URL, if you look back at the web page, really it's just the first like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. The 7th column is this volume 1. After that, these are blank or just not that important. So we're just going to get the first 7 columns. And then we're going to say new value is equal to each td tag text.strip. We can get the text in the proper format. And we're going to say row values dot append new value. All right. Now we're going to have this list of the row values, and what we want to do with those row values is append them to this values list. And then that's what we're going to print out so that we can see all the information from the web page. So what we're going to do now is just say values list append. We're going to append this row values list that we just created. So we're going to create a list of lists. Values list is going to be a list that contains a bunch of lists, and those lists will represent the information within each row within the table. And that's it. So now we're just going to say print values list so that we can see the information. And to finish off our performance testing to see how long this takes, let's just say print. I'm just going to make it clear, dash, 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 s seconds percent. This is some formatting stuff here. Time is the current time minus the time that we started, which we've already defined. Okay, and that should be it. So let me zoom out here so you can see the whole thing. So first we created this pages list to combine all the URLs that we're interested in. For this example, we're just going to look at the first couple pages. And then we're going to create this empty list that's going to contain all the information that we've that's included in the response from the server. And then this series of for loops goes through each page, each row on that page, and each TD tag within each row, extracts the information, and then compiles it in this values list. And then we're going to print the list and then see how long it takes us. So we're just going to run this here. And then if we look down at the terminal, there we go. We can see that 100flowers.com is our first list within this list, and each of these represents the information within that row, and then each list after that is one row. And then if we want to continue on after this, we can pull the information out of each list, and we can plot it, or we can analyze it further, whatever you want to do. But the hard part's getting it in this format. So what I think is pretty cool is that we were able to cycle through 5 pages, and you can do more pages. You can do 150 pages. Obviously it'll take a little bit longer, and you might want to start implementing async practices. But for now, this is a good start to quickly query some or scrape some information from multiple web pages. And that only took us 5.6 seconds. So just a quick 30 some lines of code in order to query a ton of information that's repeatable as well. So thanks again for watching, everybody, and hope you learned something. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments.